2 and 1. We are live against the grain.
Up, bro?
Episode 8, man.
Episode 8.
How you been?
You here? We've been good.
I miss you.
I know, dude. I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks.
Hey, we miss you guys especially. We want to thank you guys for your support, sharing our videos. Our first videos almost got 1,000 views, which is huge. If you guys could help us get there, that would be awesome. Seriously, I've heard nothing but good feedback, and you guys are amazing. You guys are the reason why we keep doing this, and we're having fun. And we're gonna hopefully start kicking out more episodes now that we have more time. It's been a crazy time of the year for me and Brandon. We're both making some big career moves.
Making moves, dude.
Yeah, we don't gotta talk about it, but we're doing it for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So today our guest is a very special guest, longtime friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
He actually has a podcast of his own, Nate the Great.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Good, bro.
It's good to see you.
Thanks, man. How you doing, bro?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Hey, glad to have you on as a guest, man.
Thanks, man.
I was telling Brandon, I was like, because we have a bunch of people that are like wanting to be guests and stuff, and I'm like, we gotta start with our inner circle, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, we've known Nate a long time. Nate's been with us since like the beginning, since he was a little youngin'. And not only that, man, you're doing a podcast of your own, and
Yeah.
it's part of the reason why we had the balls to do ours.
Yeah.
You know, you were one of the first from Valencia County to just step up and make that move. That's pretty big, man.
Sick. There's actually, I know one guy or two guys who were doing it before me who were like the same thing, dude, where it was like, I heard them putting out their podcast and I listened to it and like, it was pretty, it was okay, but it was like, if they can do it and it's decent, then I could do it.
Definitely.
Like, I could do it for sure. And like, they were making money on it and stuff. And I was like, if they can do it, I can do it, dude.
Yeah, you gotta have confidence in like your originality, right? You gotta shine in what the gifts that God gave you, the character, I laugh, man, when I'm watching your podcast. I laugh and I have a good time because I know you're having a good time.
Yeah.
And you're not like trying to plug it and be like, I don't know. Some people take it so serious, man.
Bro, yeah.
I really try and tune in, and yours really stands out because it reminds me of ours.
Right on.
And some of these podcasts, I give a chance, and I'm like, you could just tell when someone's being real, and you could tell when someone's just overly trying to give almost too much advice or give like not really being themselves. It sounds like they're just saying what they're rehearsed to say.
Well, it's easy to get caught up in that, like when you turn on the microphone or you turn on the camera, and it's kind of like a rehearsed, like you gotta, like, oh, this is the first time we've done this.
Yeah.
Like it's like you have to just roll with it, and if you could come off too like strong, real easy, and if you come off too strong, then it's like, oh, this is corny, or like, like, what's he talking about? Like, I don't want to listen to this. It's really easy to like be listening to a podcast and be like, I'm just gonna turn change it to something Joe Rogan or whatever, dude. But
no, the realness it's hard because you're talking and you're keeping the conversation going for like a lengthy time, and you're trying your best. You are being yourself, but at the same time, you're trying to make it interesting too, and you don't want to just like go off on like too far of tangents. You want to keep it down to earth.
Sometimes it's good though. Like it's good to go off on a tangent, and like people like it, But once again, it's like you can't just go off on anything. Then people are gonna be like, oh, it's a balance. Just like everything is a balance, dude. I feel like I say that so much.
But it really is though.
Yeah.
It's a big thing in not only podcasting or just anything in life. Yeah. There's the Jedi and then there's the dark side.
Reminds me of Diego Sanchez, dude. You see that old interview he did?
Oh yeah. What does he say?
He says, what did he say? He said, I'm the Jedi, I'm anti-aging.
What is this, a fighter?
Yeah,
he's from Albuquerque.
He's from Albuquerque, and he's like off on some crazy...
Is he flat earth?
Probably.
Yeah. It's like self-awareness.
But he's like flat earth without the facts.
Bro, flat earth doesn't have no facts.
He's like, dude, he said something that killed me. I've been watching it with everything that's happened in like UFC or Rancho, and I watched that interview, and he's just like, I'm the wise man, and goes off, dude, on this tangent for like 17 minutes, dude. And I was like, just don't bring New Mexico into this. The next thing you know, I fight for New Mexico.
New Mexico gets a bad rap.
He's a legend, but
it does.
Like Chris D'Elia, did you see all that shit with Chris
Mm-hmm.
D'Elia? Like,
I did. I just watched that on his podcast.
It was pretty funny though.
Yeah, because it's so true when you're watching it
true.
From Albuquerque. You're like,
yeah, dude.
I saw him in Santa Fe too.
You saw him?
Yeah, I saw him in Santa Fe.
He said he liked Santa Fe.
Like performing or like
yeah,
he
performing.
Just, oh, okay, sick. Yeah, I saw him in Tampa, dude.
How's that?
Bro, he is so funny, man. It's like when he comes out, dude. It's like he commands the whole stage. As soon as he comes out, it's like it's so crazy to just watch him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's funny from the start to finish. I was fucking laughing. Like I've been to comedy. Like I've seen Joey Diaz.
Right.
Like Joey Diaz is funny, but it's like, bro, he's no Chris D'Elia.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chris D'Elia is like
more polished.
He's crazy.
Right.
Bro. He's so funny, man. And it's like so funny that it's like I could never do that. You know, I could never be that funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with Joey Diaz, sometimes it's just how he is.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, dude, Chris D'Elia is a freaking legend, man.
Joey Diaz is, in my opinion, a funnier person, just like day to day, right?
Yeah, like podcast.
And Chris D'Elia is definitely like a better stand-up. And Chris D'Elia, in my opinion, works crowds better. So like I like seeing him handle hecklers and stuff like that.
Dude,
that's when he's the funniest, is whenever people are drunk in the crowd and like being loud, right?
It was awesome because we're sitting there and he's telling some joke about he's like, how do you know when girls really want to see you naked? Like, how do you know? And then he's like, don't answer the question. He's like, it's just part of the joke. And then somebody from the top of the balcony said something. He's like, what? Who said that? Who said that? He'll say it again. Who said that? And he's all AC/DC, bro. He's all AC/DC, bro. AC/DC? Get the fuck out. Security, get him the fuck out of here. And then he's just like, all AC/DC? He's like, you fucking nerd. He's like, and then people were like going nuts. And then I was like, wow. Like screamed real loud. He's like,
wait, this was when you were actually there?
Yeah. And I was like, wow. And he's like, hey, I'll kick you out too, motherfucker. And I was like, oh shit.
Yo, I know he ain't playing. I just saw him do it.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Have you ever thought about doing stand-up?
Yeah. I want to do it, but it's Albuquerque is not. I don't know. I feel like it's not the best place, but I just don't know. I just don't know anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be really cool, like if we lived in LA,
right?
To just go to like
open micers,
bro. Yeah. You go to the Comedy Store, you go to the Laugh Factory,
Improv,
all those places, man, where these comedians go,
right?
And you could do open mics.
That's really where you get found, right? Is open micers.
Well, I mean,
unless your daddy's rich AF.
Yeah, right. I think that the open mics is just a way for you to like, you know, get polished and get good.
Yeah.
And then from there, then you probably, now with social media, dude, you can do all your own self-promotion. Self-promote a little bit, and then you start getting gigs, you know, just like the Gershon brothers, you know, they do with their shows. Like, you just get gigs that pay money.
Right.
And then from, you know, you just progressively, I don't know how it works, dude. But when I was in Tampa, out in Florida, I was going to some of the open mics down there at the Tampa Improv.
Nice.
And who's that guy who just passed away? The grandpa from Boondocks, and he was in Friday.
I know what you're talking about. I know.
Oh yeah.
The older
yep.
guy.
He's like a really good comedian, right?
He was there. He was there like a couple weeks before, or he was gonna be there, and then he passed away. He was gonna be there like a couple weeks, and I was like gonna go see him. But I went to a couple open mics down there, and both the ones I went to, I signed up for, and I didn't get to go up. Like they just never called me up. I was like waiting, and then they never called me up, dude. And then I waited till the end, and it was like 2 in the morning. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, dude? And he's like,
you're like, I want to be funny right now. You're like, I'm tired.
Bro, it was so bad, man. Like
why was it just because the crowd, or what was so bad about it?
Like there was good. There was probably 2 or 3 solidly funny comedians,
right?
And the rest of it was just trash, dude. Just horrible, man. Like so bad, dude. Like this one black dude like comes up, bro, and he gets up there and he's all, fucking white people, and he just looks right at me and he's all, yeah, you motherfucker, and like nobody's laughing, dude. He's like, yeah, you motherfucker, fucking white people, and he just goes off, dude, for like 5 minutes, dude. No punchlines or anything.
Like he's
dude.
just like white people. I hope
dude.
someone picks this up.
I don't remember what. I don't remember what. I was
2020.
Right.
Me too.
I was like, dude, you just gotta be. You can't come off so strong. Like,
yeah.
You can't just go. What you know?
Well, you have to have some
there has to be a punchline.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
you can't just like call out or say a statement and not be funny. You
He's
at
like-
least have some backstory.
Yeah.
Like if he's like white people, you know. Yeah, I bet this guy's glasses aren't even prescription. You know, like wearing yellow glasses. You know, like that's some white people shit. Like I don't know.
Dude, I had a chance to do a stand-up set one time, and it was at a reggae festival.
You did it?
No. So get this. So I went with my best friend at the time. Her name is she's still a really good friend. Not Noemi. No, Naomi Haramia.
Mm.
My girlfriend's sister's name is Noemi, so that's why I got
Oh,
confused.
shit.
But Naomi, her name was Naomi Haramia, and we went to this reggae fest in Taos, right? And it's like during the summertime, like at the ski valley.
Yeah.
And so they have all these reggae people go and like.
Was it Vortex?
No, it was like smaller than that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
there wasn't even a poster for it. You just show up and you're camping out.
That's
So like you're camping like maybe 100 yards from where the stage is at, and then after like the guys' sets, they all come and hang out with you, and it's like just a fun time. But anyway, so on the trip, my friend Naomi, she had like a new boyfriend, right? And he was like this guy who was like he was running the stand-up stage, or he had like a comedy whatever. And so like during like the day, like he had like set times lined up and certain comedians, and just from the start, I didn't like this guy. He was one of those guys that was just extremely cocky, and just every conversation had to be about himself.
Yeah.
He just rubbed me off the wrong way. And we were with another friend, and we're hanging out, and like the people are doing their stand-up sets, right? And he's like, "Oh, by the way," he's like, "I put you in for from 3:30 to 4:30. I hope you don't mind." And I'm like, "What do you like in an hour?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're a funny guy." He's like, "You could do it." And I was just like, but like, so in the back of my mind, I kind of wanted to do it because it just sounded like fun and everyone was having a good time.
Yeah.
But the part of me that didn't want to do it was because this guy just wanted to see me go out there and embarrass myself.
Yeah, for sure.
So I didn't want to give him anything that he wanted, you know?
Yeah.
You should have just went out there and been like,
Just roasted him the whole time.
yeah, dude. Be like,
I'm all,
this guy
who's
smells.
this freaking loser? This guy just barely put me on stage. This guy.
Yeah, dude. It's like, wait,
Comedy
he dates
roast.
like your girlfriend's sister
Yeah.
or something.
No, he dated like one of my best friends at the time.
Be like, yo, this guy dates my friends. She tells me he's such a loser. Dude.
Yeah,
They're
I
like,
should have.
He can't even get it up.
Well, dude,
Yes,
he told
ED.
when he told me
Fucking douchebag.
What a guy.
next time.
What did he tell you?
Nothing. I was just like, I ain't doing that, bro. Like by the time he told me, I was already on a level. I was like faded,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to like go up there and like. I just
Yeah.
wanted to have a good time and hang out.
Just
So,
stay
so
weird.
yeah, I'm like, you go up there, bro. Like I was just. I don't
Did
know.
he get up there
No,
on his own show?
it just didn't. They just shut down the comedy set after that.
Dude, that's
I guess one of the guys didn't show up.
that's like the worst place to do comedy at like a music festival.
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
So
Everyone's like,
yeah.
like looking at you all cross-eyed.
Yeah, bro.
It could be a good though, because they just laugh at anything. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
They're like, there's two of him. I'm all, hey.
it's like, well, like weed doesn't do that, you know, like people, like,
Yeah, but people at festivals aren't just doing weed, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
bro, they're doing edibles, acid edibles. I don't know.
Molly, like,
Oh, they're doing
what
all
is
the
it?
above. Yeah, I've been to countless music
Where were we
festivals.
at?
Huh?
Just never just recently? Where'd you go?
At Snow Globe?
Yeah.
They do what we call an MDMA beat.
I love it, dude.
It's an MDMA boof.
That's shrooms, right?
It's like some.
Oh no,
It's,
MDMA is
it's
ecstasy.
and then,
Yeah.
And then boof is when you shove it up your ass.
Dimethyltryptamine
That's
is.
DMT.
DMT,
Yes.
yeah.
Got it.
Good job.
But what's the chemical name for shrooms?
Fuck it. I don't know, dude.
It's
Like the
pretty
thing that gets,
common.
the thing that gets you high.
Yeah.
Psilocybin.
Psilocybin.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then, dude. So I'm not saying to do this, but if you wanted to do this, if you want to get really high on mushrooms, then you put them in a cup. You grind them up, put them in a cup with lemon juice. Allegedly, I don't know. I've never done it before, but this is what they say. You grind it up and put it in a cup, and then you submerge it in like some lemon juice or lime juice.
Yeah.
And the acid will convert the psilocybin into psilocin, which is what gets you high, which is what your stomach acid does.
Oh.
So when you drink it, it's already like activated the chemicals, so you get way fucked up, like way faster.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a much shorter lived high. So.
So the half-life is like way more short term.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. if you want.
For sure. Maybe when I'm retired, 55 years old.
If you live in Denver, you can do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Psilocybin is legal in Denver, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's not even illegal to eat shrooms, bro. It's illegal to sell them. So it's like. Oh, okay. It's illegal to have them, but it's not illegal to grow them. It's illegal once you pick them off the ground. So, or like whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The laws are so stupid, man.
Don't they just grow like naturally, like underneath like cow turds?
Well,
yeah.
some
Isn't
places,
that like where most of them do though?
Some places, I mean, you can, but there's like, do you know Paul Stamets? Dude.
I can't think of him off the top of my head.
He's the mycologist who's on Joe Rogan.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, is he the one with the mushroom hat?
Yeah.
Yes, I watched that one. He's like totally into fungi, right?
Yeah, you should follow him on Instagram, man, because he'll like go like. I think he lives in California, so he goes out there and like the redwoods and stuff, and he like hunts for like these different kinds of mushrooms. And like when he finds a different mushroom, he'll like, and they're not even, some of them aren't even like mushrooms that'll get you high. He's just like super into mushrooms, and so he hunts. But
he's like his own like test, like he'll test them out himself, right? Like he's like, go ahead.
I don't think he's like so.
Isn't his brother McKenna?
No, you're thinking of Terrence or Dennis McKenna.
Yes. Yeah. He's another one, right? That's
he's the guy who still
self-tests, right? He'll just go out there and pick anything he needed.
Yeah, Paul Stamets. Paul Stamets is more of like the biology,
like a scientist. Yeah. Right. He's not just like a space cadet.
Yeah, no, but he's the one, dude. He's the one who said that he had a speech impediment, and then he ate like 20 grams of mushrooms, and then he like climbed this tree in like a lightning storm. And then that's how he cured his speech impediment, because he was up there like hanging onto this tree, dude, in this fucking storm, like on 20 grams of mushrooms, and he's like, like I have to talk right, like you're gonna talk right, and then after that he like didn't have a speech impediment.
Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
He earned it, dude.
After that, man.
Yeah, after that, he probably went to freaking heaven for.
He was up there in the sky already, dude, and then.
Got electrocuted.
He's like, this is it. Either I lose this speech problem or I struck by lightning.
I guess he was like lost in the woods or something, and then he climbed to the top of the tree, and then was just like, whoa. What was the one guy? I don't know which guest it was. It was one of those scientists that's like really studies like fungus, and he was like explaining how advanced their communication is with each other, and like it's like almost like they have a way of like communicating, like they're starting to find out that plants have a way of communicating with each other that like we don't even really know about. Like there's certain plants that like, I mean, I'm sure you guys know there's certain plants that like when they're getting eaten or if they're getting damaged, they'll like put off a certain poison.
Yeah. That'll
like poison the animal that's eating it and stuff like that. And so they're like really starting to do more research on that and like realize that like fungus is actually like a living creature. But we just can't like dissect like what it is or how it. Yeah, it's just in such a weird form that like it's kind of weird.
What the hell?
I know, right? That's pretty cool though.
Biologists, so like Paul Stamets is one of those people who's saying like if we did evolve the way that science says that we have, then we probably are closer related to mushrooms than monkeys do, because mushrooms are like basically the start of everything, like the start of the way he explains it is super cool, but there's basically this underground, like you're saying, like network of mushrooms that are like connected and they somehow communicate with each other,
right?
And like it's crazy, dude.
And the way that they feed off of whatever organism or any, like how whenever fungi appears, it's whenever a species is dying, right? Or most of the time.
I don't know.
So like anytime an animal dies, like mold, that's like if you leave like something dead for a while, all of a sudden mushrooms will grow out of it, and you're like, what the heck?
You can look up online. There's like
cannibalism.
There's a map of. You can look up a map of the fungus across the U.S. It's like
how it looks like. Does it look like? Is there a lot?
It's sick. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like it's not completely accurate.
I bet you there's a ton in like the Congo, huh?
I don't know.
The Amazon?
Yeah, I guarantee you there's some weird stuff there.
Dude, we don't know that much about the Amazon either.
No,
dude, no.
Because when people try and do trek, like they'll try and like camp out there, they'll like die, dude.
Well, they found. Did you hear that they've like basically discovered like cities there? Like,
yeah, from a map, from like they
the
scanned
laser,
it right with a plane.
Yeah.
That's intense.
There's like vines are over it. And stuff, right? Like,
everything's overgrown, dude.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool, huh? I think that's cool whenever we discover stuff like civilizations, like lost civilizations.
What's the one like
underwater? Peru? What did they find there?
Peru? No, it's been known, but it's pretty cool. Machu Picchu is in Peru?
Oh yeah. Wait, no. Are you talking about the eggheads?
No, I'm just saying like the ruins there.
Egg boy.
Eggnet.
What is that? The pygmy. The pygmies.
No, it's not the pygmy. Those guys.
No, it is. That's the place with Stonehenge or whatever, with like
I know the pygmies.
The big
the
stone
that,
heads.
like the
Aborigines.
Yeah, they're like no one's touched them. Hey, we're looking this up. I was looking this up the other day.
What?
Like the civilizations that haven't been like on the islands that no one touched, like they kill people.
Oh yeah, it's Pygmy Islands.
Oh, so you mean like the
I wouldn't mean that like earlier, but what he's bringing up, aren't there like
people now are like untouched?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like about a total of like 50 people that are like in a civilization that doesn't know what technology is basically.
Imagine
like
just
they're living
dropping
with sticks and stones.
Imagine just dropping the iPhone there. See what they do with it.
They'd probably think it was the devil.
Yeah, they probably set it on fire. Dude.
They kill like so Christian people. What do they call them? Evangelists will go and try and talk to them, and they'll spear them, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Good.
Yeah, that's when I go with my Glock, dude, and say, "What's up, bro? Welcome to 21st century."
Dude, no, I don't care what you're preaching. No one deserves a spear to the chest.
That's true. But imagine, bro. Imagine somebody coming. Like, imagine there was like aliens that came here to Earth.
Yeah.
Bro, and then they didn't kill anybody. They just knocked on everyone's doors, and they're like, "Hey, have you heard about our Lord Glipclaw?"
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's like, I was like, "What are you doing here, dude? Like, get the fuck out of here, man."
I would give it a chance. I wouldn't kill it.
I wouldn't
kill it either, but it's like,
I would take it, freaking choke it out, tie it to a table, and be like, "What are you doing here, dog? What do you want from me?"
I'm doing the glizzy, dude.
That's what
So you like Rick and Morty?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I have Evil Morty, bro.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What? I never even saw that. Show the camera, dude.
It's alright. It's lame.
Evil Morty.
Don't you? Doesn't Jake have one too?
Yeah, he has.
Pickle Rick, right?
He has. I don't know. He has like some Rick, and then my older brother got Rick too. We got him on the same day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Nice.
I remember you guys all got.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, Takeover, bro. I think they shut down.
Is that a tattoo shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
TK, dude.
Yeah, I know TK.
The guy who did all of Tim's tattoos and shit.
I don't have any tattoos. I have no experience.
Shout out to Tim.
Tim Henry.
Tim.
He's gonna be our next guest.
Baller.
They're playing right now, right? The Lava Rock.
I don't know, dude.
That's on the west side. Not going there, man.
Bro, east side all day. Dude, East Coast all day, bro. That's what writing little letters.
How was living out there in Florida?
It's okay, man. Florida's nice. It's not as crazy as people think, but it's definitely different. But whenever I went out east, I went to West Virginia for like 4 months.
Oh, nice.
And me and my girlfriend at the time went to Florida, and then she's going to school and stuff.
Okay.
And then I left there again this last November, and then was in West Virginia until I came back here.
Nice.
Yeah.
You did a lot of traveling, man.
Yeah, dude. My car, bro. When I first got my car, it had 70,000 miles on it, and it's a '98 Toyota Camry. Now it has 170,000 miles on it.
Wow.
Put on 100,000 miles, and since I was 16.
That's a lot. You had any problems with it?
Oh yeah, I mean, but nothing major, you know.
Yeah.
Every time, bro, I'll be like driving down the road and I'll hear like a noise from something else. I'm like, oh, that's my car. And I'm like, oh no, that's not my car.
Dude, my car has all the lights on right now. It's like check engine, check oil, check this, and I'm like, I don't see nothing.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. But it's a Toyota, so I know it could troop it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Toyota's troop it, dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my oil changed tomorrow, but other than that, I think it could handle it.
Walmart.
I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off, man.
Yeah, same.
Like everyone's telling me to get a new vehicle, and I'm like, why? I'll just beat the heck out of this one.
What year?
04.
Shit.
Corolla.
Sick.
It's beat up, bro. It's been like it's been attempted to get broken into here, and so like the door's a little bit like bent. Like it was a failed mission. Like they tried to break in, and then they couldn't get in. Here? So like, yeah.
Damn. The hood.
I have to chase them off with the freaking broom.
Bro.
Get out of here! Oh, shoot! Get out of here! Here's a chicken nugget. Just kidding.
Raccoons, bro.
Chicken nugget. Dino nugget.
Have you ever seen a Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
When he hits the chick with the car, she's all Mista. He's like, here, just take everything I got.
The funniest part of that movie is when the grandma gets put in the home.
Oh,
she's like,
with Ben Stiller.
Yeah, he's like, can I get a glass of warm milk? He's like, you can get a warm glass. Shut the hell up.
Bro.
He's all, I love you, missus. And he's all, you say anything, I'll kill you.
Freaking getting back to breaking in your car, dude. Wouldn't it be sick if like you could just get tags for tweakers, bro? You know,
tags,
like, yeah, bro. Like but it's in
like bounty hunters,
like city limits. Like, well, I mean, like that would be cool too, but to be a bounty hunter. But I mean, like if you go,
this is the way.
Where do you go to get like hunting tags? Anyways, you go to like the fucking post office or some shit.
Cabela's.
You
get them online.
Yeah, you go to the Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, it's like that.
You go to
Bass Pro.
You go to Racks. Anyways, you go there. You go to the same
Dollar
place.
General in the back.
You go to the same place. Gotta get a package of stamps and.
Dang. So what would qualify someone for a tag? Like so many burglaries?
I think it would have to be like the ratio of how many scabs they have on their body to how much money they ask for on a daily basis. So like you get 28 scabs, $100.
That'd be cool if there was like a point system you could see like above their head. So you're like, ooh, he's already passed the limit.
Yeah, their eyes are black, bro. You know, like you ever see a tweaker, man? And they're like, look you in the eyes, bro, and they look right fucking through you.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, this motherfucker ain't got no soul, dude. This guy just
They lost their soul if they left it behind on Central.
They left it at 7-Eleven.
And like, I don't like really believe that shit. Like,
I think you can suppress your soul from like what it truly is capable of.
I don't believe they're like worthless, you know.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But
there's still a human in there. It's just lost. Like just like in the
sunken place,
dark place,
bro.
Or whatever, I don't know.
It's a dark place.
Where that guy is just like
the
down there, that's them, dude. They're just like, well.
Take a picture of them and come back.
That's all they know is like 3 lines. Like, hey, you have a dog?
Like this, hey man. So
there's some nuts out there, dude. There's regulars here. I'm starting to realize their schedule.
Yeah, man.
Like they take ownership of lights. It's like their little territory.
Oh yeah, they're over there, right? You go
like just right here on Copper on Central, there's a chick like at 3 p.m. you'll drive by and she's like, oh, please help me. Awesome. And then like you drive by around like 7 p.m. bro, and she's hanging on the freaking pole every night. Like just, it's like a repeat, dude. Every night I'll see the same chick.
I wish my life was that good, bro.
It's not that great.
I wish
Imagine the freaking hygiene of that chick.
Oh yeah, she's rich, bro. Selling her crack for crack.
Oh,
that crack ain't been wiped in decades.
I'm about it, bro. That cheese.
Oh no!
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that Kevin Hart episode, that stand-up, where he was like talking about a bum bump? He's like, my worst fear in life. He's like, it's for dirty bum to just come up to me and flick my lip.
Bro.
And then you see a wart just pop up or something like instantly.
Yeah, man. Or that's what I was like. I would always get afraid when I was working at Walgreens, man. Like someone would like try to fight me, and then I'd get like Hep A or something.
Oh,
you know?
Hepatitis. See you later.
You punch someone and their dirty tooth is in your mouth or in your hand.
Bro, what the? Dude, so in Florida, in Florida, hepatitis A is such an epidemic that they have signs on the freeway, dude, being like, wash your hands, you know, like.
Can it spread?
Like so you could spread from touching, like someone could touch something and then you touch it, and like it has to be like through
Like a liquid?
Like, it has to be like, you know, like saliva or blood or something like that. But still, like if they have the germ, like from someone's blood, and they don't wash their hands, dude,
It's
they're
because of
touching
all
everything.
the moisture in the air over there. That swamp water all
Probably,
freaking clothes are all stuck to you. Got hip all
It's all the
over
people
you.
in the bayou, dude.
Huh?
Do they have a bayou over there? No, they don't.
I mean, they have swamps.
Yeah, the swamp people.
So you know how you see like coyotes dead on the road here? You see alligators just on the side of the road over there, huh?
Bro, turtles, tortoises.
Bigger ones?
I mean, you know, like, but they're
That thing would flip a car, dude. If you hit that thing, it's like a speed bump.
dude, you'd be surprised, man. You break them pretty easy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, they get cracked.
Have you hit a couple?
No, dude, but I've saved one, and then I've seen them all over the place where I've just like stopped and let them cross because they're pretty quick, dude. Like to see them go across the road, they're pretty quick, and like they eat grass and shit. It's pretty cute, but
I like turtles.
I
Dude.
do like turtles.
My sister has 3 and she freaking tortures them.
Yeah,
dude.
no, dude. What does she name them? Tit?
Yeah, she named them both Tit.
She tortures them.
Well, they're just like all small in their little tiny tank, like for a whole lifetime.
Yeah, they won't grow.
She doesn't take them out or nothing. They're just sitting there like death, waiting to die, probably.
Yeah, dude, that
Take me.
always made me sad seeing like fish in a bowl or like, and I always thought, even when I was a kid, I'm like, that's gotta suck, you know?
You're like, we think we have it bad. Imagine being an animal freaking trapped by a human, and they're like, hey, how you doing? Every day, and you're just behind the glass looking at them like.
It was jacked up. Maybe if you had like a pretty cool aquarium and there was like
Yeah, like a
other
big
fish.
one.
Yeah,
Some friends, some homies in there.
some crabs.
Some crabs.
Just even up the scale.
Yeah, for sure.
Balance.
Do you have any pets or not?
I don't. So like, me and my girlfriend broke up during when I was in Snowshoe this last like during Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
But like we're still cool and everything. We still hang out. But we got a dog when we were living in Los Lunas. Like last year, we got a Great Dane, and she's like she's gonna be 2 years old in April.
Pretty
And,
big already?
Yeah. She's like 120 pounds. But dude, she's not. Dude, you should see her brother and like her other brothers are huge. And they're fucking big ass dogs. But anyways, yeah. So that's
I'll just ride that thing.
yeah.
to work.
But
Wow.
she takes care of her and everything. But like, yeah, I don't. So it's not my dog.
Yeah, that's a cool dog to have.
Yeah,
Great Danes are like beautiful animals,
she's cool as fuck.
and they don't shed, right? Like they don't have like that much hair.
She will. Like in Florida, she did a lot, dude, because it's hot as fuck. Like we have her kennel. Like her kennel's huge, dude. It's probably like the size of this little area here.
Right.
Huge. And when we moved it, like there was just hair all on the floor. I was like, I didn't realize how much hair that.
They shed.
Yeah. But she's short hair, so it's not that.
My girlfriend sheds a lot, dude.
Yeah.
I can find her hair everywhere.
Bro, I get my hair all over the place.
I'm like, you got beautiful long hair, but I don't know how you still have it. I find it all everywhere.
Yeah, dude. I get hair in my ass crack. Bro.
Oh!
I was gonna say it.
Do you got it braided?
I've had it braided a couple times, dude, but not my ass hair.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Well, if I did, then my pee would come out like, you know, like the Play-Doh when it comes
Oh,
out.
like when it squeezes through like a little thing,
And it's like the
comes out like spaghetti.
Sick.
Rip.
That's the best way to come out.
Yeah. So have you had a chance to check out any breweries since you've been down here?
You know, no.
Just like a couple maybe.
I mean, I don't know, dude. There's like all the same spots, right? Like it's nothing new.
Dude, New Mexico has the most
Love.
breweries in the whole United States, dude.
Per capita.
I'm starting to realize that.
I'm not even about beer, dude. Like
What are you about?
liquor, bro. Like why are we?
Like who?
Why are we leaving nowhere, dude? Why are we drinking beer, bro? Like, unless you're like at a dinner, you know, you're at a dinner. I get that. But if you're going out and you're trying to drink, why are we wasting time, bro? Why am I drinking this fucking like $7 like 16% beer? That's gonna get me way more fucked up. If I take a shot, dude, that shot I can take like 3 of those and I wouldn't be as fucked up as if I drank one of those big ass
Craft beers?
Yeah, bro, those things fucking me up, man.
I don't know, cause
Yeah, I
so
don't know.
this is my like, this is the way I think of it. Cause I'm like, when I'm socializing and I'm like out somewhere, I want like a drink, like I would want like a beer or something. But if I'm just taking a shot, I'll take a shot, and then like 5 minutes later I'll get like bored and I'll be like, hey, who wants another one?
Yeah, I know.
And then all of a sudden like a half hour goes by and I'm like,
3 shots, 4 shots in.
yeah.
See, but you gotta pace yourself. You gotta.
No, I know, but I would rather just
Have a beer
sometimes
to
just
sip on.
yeah.
See,
I go both ways. It depends on what night what the occasion is, right?
But like when I was in West Virginia, what I would do when I would go to the bar is like, let me get a shot of bourbon and a whiskey and ginger ale. So then I'd take a shot.
So you have like your own little like okay.
Yeah, so then sip on the whiskey.
You already
and
know
ginger ale,
like what your balance is.
and then I'll be pretty good. And then after that, I'll have another whiskey and ginger ale. Then probably have another one.
So you like dark drinks?
And then when I leave, take another shot, and then it's like you're good, bro.
Yeah.
Because out there you can drive fucked up, dude.
Well, at sea level, you're like superhuman.
Yeah.
When I drink a beer on the beach, I feel like I drink a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even affect me.
Yeah.
So I could see like living in Florida why like beer would be a waste of time.
I do.
Because it's just like
I get hangovers so easy.
All burping.
Oh.
Yeah, you burp a lot.
You get hangovers easy?
With beer, I get hangovers so easy, dude. Like, I think the first time I got a really bad hangover from craft beer was when I was seeing Deus in Hawaii, dude. And like legit, the next the next day I like threw up blood, dude.
Oh
yeah.
God. Are you sure you just didn't eat hot Cheetos?
No, little Xan.
Because I thought that one time too.
Do a little Xan. Did you hear about when he like was hospitalized for eating too many hot Cheetos?
No way.
Have you seen that? Here's another Lil Xan. Have you seen that video of him?
Lil Xan died, right?
No, that was Lil Peep.
Lil Peep.
And
same thing.
Lil Nut.
He's like at the gas station, bro, and he's like pumping the gas with his girlfriend or something. He's like pumping this gas in his Range Rover, dude. And these two black dudes are like talking shit to him. And they're like, "Fuck you, you're a punk," you know, and all this shit.
Lil Xan?
Yeah, dude. And he's all, "Fuck you." And he pulls out a gun.
Is he white or black?
He's a white guy, dude.
Oh,
he pulls out his gun. He's all, "Get out, get out!" And they're like, you don't even know what to do with that thing. And then he just gets in his car and drives.
He's all, "You're right."
It's like, what the fuck?
That's funny, bro. It's funny whenever like these guys that like talk all kinds of crap on the rap videos and all that get faced with like real life gangsters and they don't even know what the heck's going on.
What the hell?
I keep telling Brandon, I think Albuquerque, like in the next like 10 years, will be the new Compton. I mean, it already is Compton, but all it takes is like 5 people to make it from here and talk about it. Because it's real, dude. This is real. Like where we are from, we can't make this stuff up. Like we live in the straight up hood. Like, you have to fight for your life sometimes.
Before I went to
you know? Yeah. Like that's Compton.
Yeah.
Like all the odds are against us.
Before I went to
just kidding.
Fucking to the East Coast, dude, I was with my buddy Andrew and we were driving down the road on 47.
Yeah.
And I actually
that's not a good thing.
No, dude, it's not a good place to be at all, bro. We're driving down the road and he came to pick me up because I was a little messed up. And so he's driving me to his house. We're gonna go hang out, and then like we take his turn, and there's just 3 dudes, bro. This one guy on the ground, and then 2 guys just like on top of him, bro, just in the middle of the street, bro, just like beating the shit out of him. And so I was like, bro, pull over. And then so he starts to pull over, and I like
to help him.
Yeah, I was like taking off my seatbelt. He's like, bro, what are you doing? I was like, I'm gonna go help him, bro. And he's like, I don't have shoes on, dude. Like, he's like, what are you doing? He's like, you can't get out of the car. I was like, bro, that guy's gonna get killed, dude. He's like, you don't know what.
Yeah.
You don't know what.
What happened before that? What led to that?
Dude, yeah. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And it's like
you gotta just mind your own. You gotta choose your battles for sure.
Bro, nobody gave a fuck, dude. Nobody. There's cars right there. People just driving by, and then like we called the cops, but you know the cops.
Well, it's risky too, because sometimes you jump in the fire and then you end up getting caught up in the swarm, and then all of a sudden you get hurt or.
It's not worth it, dude.
And it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, your conscience tells you to go help them for sure, but at the same time you got to be prepared to go through the fire.
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little high on some mushrooms, so I was kind of like.
I'm surprised you even wanted to fight.
You're
probably like, save the world.
Exactly, bro. I was like,
you're like, every
that guy, dude.
Every human deserves to live.
Yeah.
Let him live. Every life matters.
I just go out there and I stand and I'm like. Like Gladiator, you know?
Oh,
like
I was like wondering what you were doing. I'm like,
no, he does like this. He goes out like this.
Yeah, that's what he
And
does.
then
He goes like that. Dink.
Yeah, save him, bro.
I thought you were gonna give him the force, dude.
Save his ass, bro.
I know. I thought you were just gonna.
Have you guys seen the new Star Wars?
Yes, so good.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
We saw it
I
together,
loved
huh?
it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I mean, they couldn't have ended it any other way.
I don't think so.
Right? I mean, they kind of tried to. They tried to like correct all the mistakes they made in the previous one. So like they did the best they could, I guess, because the previous one sucked so bad. Yeah. So they were trying to like tie up all those loose ends and like.
Yeah.
They should have just ignored it and just done their own thing, because. Yeah, I don't know. There's some things where they had to fix for sure, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I definitely liked it. I liked seeing like Ben Solo come back to the light.
Yeah,
like,
that was dope.
It was cool. It was cool whenever he like imagined his dad and like had that conversation. That scene was so great.
Yeah.
And seeing him throw his like saber, it was like a special moment.
It was like a repeat from the last scene, right, where he's like, he's like, I don't think I'm strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like in the Force Awakens, the light goes away and then the darkness comes, and that's when he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill him. But then in this one, it's just the whole light.
Right.
The whole scene was light. And then it was sick to see.
That's such a cool detail, right? Like that's such a cool thing that the directors like put there purposely.
Yeah.
And they almost did it purposely with like the storm behind him and the waves, because it's like chaos. Yeah, like he had to fight through the storm. He just got stabbed in the freaking chest, right?
That was like an arm, right?
No, what's her name killed him, right?
Oh, that was before that.
It was before.
That was right before though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had already been stabbed and healed.
No.
She healed him.
No. He talks to his dad before he dies.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about whenever Rey heals him in the water. So remember she stabs him, and then she feels bad and she heals Ben, and he comes back to life.
Yeah.
Well, that was like only like 2 seconds though.
Yeah.
No, I know, but that happened in that same scene, like right before he talked to his dad.
She heals him after the scene with his dad.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That's okay. No. You're right. That's the reason why he gets stabbed, is because his mom distracts him, right? What? His mom calls his name, so that's what happens.
I don't remember.
So listen. They're fighting. His mom, what's her name? Luke Skywalker's sister. Princess Leia calls Ben's name, right?
And he looks.
And so he hears her name, gets stabbed. And then Rey feels bad, like something's telling her not to like let him die. Yeah. So she heals him and takes off. And so Ben is just there by himself in the water, and then that's whenever his dad appears.
Really?
Yeah, Han Solo. And then that's when him and Han Solo, because they're by themselves in that scene.
No, because I thought that was before. You have to.
He doesn't turn good before he fights Rey.
I guess you're right, because then he gets the Knights of Ren and he kills them, and then he puts his hands.
That's at the end. That's like after he's already. That part was cool.
Yeah.
Whenever she teleported the saber to him.
Yeah. And then he does like,
let's do this.
Did you see how he did like the Han Solo though? Like
no.
Han Solo from from Return of the Jedi.
What did he do?
When he has the gun, he's like, and then that's what he does. That's what Kylo Ren does. He's like.
That's what that came from.
Yeah. So he's just doing like a solo. So like like just like in Last Jedi, whenever he like slides across the floor.
Yeah.
Like that was like a Han Solo thing too. So it's just like callbacks, being like, oh shit, he's a
Solo.
That
was sick. I never noticed that. That was a cool detail. Because I did like that part. He's like, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I wish that they would have made the Knights of Ren like more cool, dude. They weren't really. They were just there.
Yeah, dude. For like the diehards to be like, that's the Knights of Ren. Yeah. But then they don't have no backstory or nothing.
Yeah, because I remember before The Force Awakens came out, J.J. Abrams is like, these guys aren't Sith, they're something else. And it's like, okay, and then you don't even.
So the story of Knights of Ren is those are all the fallen Jedi that left with Ben Solo whenever they left the Jedi Temple,
There's
right?
Some of them.
So he took like some Jedis with him and said like, screw the Jedi away, and then that's who they became.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
But you'd think they would have sabers too, right?
Yeah.
The weapons are pretty cool though.
Yeah, cool.
They're like medieval type Star Wars weapons. What do you guys think? Change subject. I just found out that they're making a Matrix 4.
What? Yeah.
Really?
It comes out the same week as John Wick 4.
So is what's the name in that too?
He's in both.
He's in both.
Dude, he's gonna make so much money off.
I know. He's all money in the bank.
Did you know he lives in a mobile home?
Really?
Keanu Reeves?
I knew that he
drives like a Subaru.
I knew he was like pretty humble.
He might not now with all the freaking money, but I remember seeing like a YouTube video of him saying, because he lost his mom to cancer, everyone, right?
Yeah.
He like lost his whole family to cancer.
His wife died, and his sister, brother, something like that. Like a lot of his immediate family.
Plays so angry in the movies.
He's a cool character. He's probably my favorite action character. That would be cool if they put him in Mortal Kombat.
That would be pretty dope. John Wick.
He's just like.
Who do you think he should be? He should be like
John Wick.
John Wick in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. If he was in Mortal Kombat, yeah, like as a character, like a fighting character.
Okay.
I think he should be.
I thought you were saying Keanu Reeves should be like in Mortal Kombat, like the universe is like playing a character.
Oh.
No, like you know how you buy the packages, like that have
Joker,
guest characters, like you could be.
Terminator
Yeah, that would be cool if you could be.
Oh.
I think the Matrix would be the best. Like that would be a cool like move if you could like slow down time and like make them go slow mo.
Yeah.
And then just hit them with the 3-piece.
Dude,
They're about to release Spawn.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I think you said.
Do you know who Spawn is, right?
Yeah. He what's his face is super McFarlane Toys. They made
the character that's gonna be in Mortal Kombat, right? They
released
it.
Well, like they made Spawn, Spider-Man, and one other character, like all in the same pose for like these comics, and it was like became like almost like a staple to this one guy's work. Anyways, there's a lot of callbacks
to Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, to like
he's the guy who wrote Spawn, right?
I don't know if he wrote it, but
I'm pretty sure he owns it.
I think he made the character, like or drew the. I don't know, but he drew like if you see that once the famous one of Spawn where he's like standing on the thing, and then there's another one of Spider-Man. He's like doing the same thing, so it's like McFarlane's like famous pose or whatever.
That's cool.
You see it on a lot of shit.
Spawn's cool, dude.
Yeah, Spawn's pretty cool. I was watching today. Batman, the Dark Knight. Bro, Heath Ledger. I forget how good he plays of a Joker.
Dude,
every scene, he makes it known like I'm the center of the attention. Like there's not ever a scene where Joker's in it where you're like, oh yeah, that's the Joker doing his thing. Like you're like drawn in.
Yes.
Like whenever, like, even the interrogation when Batman's interrogating
that's like my
him.
favorite part. He's like, what does he tell him? He's like, hurt me or something. He's like,
he doesn't care. Like he's just like numb to like pain. Like
I like the way he makes Batman. Like he wants him to break. He wants him to kill him so bad. He's like, just do it.
He knows he won't though.
Yeah.
He's just like
he's good at pushing the buttons of Batman. He's like, you won't do it. Heath Ledger was so good.
Have you guys seen the new Joker?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it's crazy.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I didn't get it spoiled, and I barely saw it like in December.
Yeah, I saw it like 2. I didn't get it spoiled either.
It's an interesting character movie. I mean, 95% of the movie is just the camera on Joaquin, right? So it's like for him to literally just take ownership of that whole movie in every scene.
He's a douche, though, dude.
Like in person?
Yeah, dude.
I think he's just like an anti like Hollywood guy. Like he's
bro.
I was watching a Jimmy Kimmel interview with him, and Jimmy was asking him like the stupidest questions. He's just like, I don't know.
Oh, that's so when he did that.
It was right after the Joker movie.
Oh, it was right after Joker?
Yeah, because he was making fun of how he dances in the movie. He's like, did you take dance lessons
Jimmy Kimmel's
or what? Too, bro. And Joaquin was like, it was kind of, I don't know. It made me uncomfortable watching it.
You said it was Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a douchebag too, bro.
But I can imagine all actors kind of have some type of douchiness, right?
But Jimmy Kimmel is such a...
No, not Jimmy.
I know,
Jimmy for sure, but like Joaquin.
Jimmy Kimmel's a fucking puppet, bro. But Joaquin Phoenix, dude...
He's a political puppet at this point, right?
Yeah, all of them.
I feel like he's like the mouthpiece for certain people that want to push certain policies, and that they'll just tell Jimmy what to say every episode.
Or is he like NBC or something like that?
ABC.
Yeah, dude. All the letter organizations, bro. So stupid.
The alphabet.
Yeah,
bro. The alphabet people. What is Chappelle?
There's Chappelle, bro. Okay, no, but back to Joaquin Phoenix. I've just heard stories, like a lot of stories on podcasts of people being like, yeah, I talked to him and he said this, and it's like, dang, he sounds like a real jerk.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess you don't know people from just interviews or podcasts. But I was watching this video of a comedian talking about him, and he's like, Joaquin Phoenix, is like making people feel bad for this and that at his award speech, and something yada yada yada, and he's like. He quoted a quote from his brother that said, like, always hold the light, and don't let it go, or something like that. And his brother passed away, right? And so he's all, always hold the light, or whatever. And he's all, man, did the wrong fucking brother bite it? He's just like, he's
That's
like,
messed
he's
up,
like,
dude.
Joaquin Phoenix.
His brother was the better actor.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How did he even die? Anyways, like,
OD.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
He was in Stand By Me, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He was one of the kids.
We were watching like what was that video you love? New Rock Stars.
Oh yeah, if you
talking about that.
follow New Rock Stars on YouTube, and they break down like every Star Wars movie, every Mandalorian episode.
Sick.
They like they go through the whole episode and they'll point out Easter eggs that like you never even noticed.
Nice.
So like, and they'll do
Backstories and stuff.
anything Marvel. They're like the first to break it down. Like, you know how they just previewed the new Batman?
Yeah.
With
Robert Pattinson.
yeah, like they'll break it down and they'll look at every freaking like
the
detail.
suit,
They're like, this is this, and his suit means this, and he could actually use his bat thing as like a, I don't know, like just like nerdy stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it's entertaining.
I don't know. I don't know if they're yet. I don't think they
Rick
can
and Morty
do
too.
The the trilogy, the Dark Knight.
Oh, they know.
I don't think they could live up to that.
Oh,
I think I want to give this one a chance because I really like that actor, the guy that's doing it.
I do.
I feel like
just
he has a good
those are
character
so good. Those are so dark and it's good.
Dude, Batman Begins is underestimated.
That's what I'm saying.
I
The
love
movies
that
and
one.
stuff.
And everyone's like totally brushes over that one.
That's a good one.
That was such a cool character development.
Yeah.
Where he learns
Like
how
how
to do
he's
karate.
he's out there like he's basically so rich that he's bored with his life that he goes and lives like a poor slave, just because he's so bored and he needs like that type of like thing to just get him excited in life. Or I don't know. It's interesting, right?
I
When he
like.
becomes a ninja, it's like Batman is a ninja, taking freaking DMT and fighting people.
Yeah. What was that?
It was like a DMT. It was some type of hallucinogen that you breathe in.
Yeah, dude. That shit's crazy.
And then he's having to fight all of these enemies while he's like tripping out.
That's what I'm saying. Those three movies, the ones that Chris Nolan, I think is his name.
Yeah,
Roland.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, Nolan. The one he directed, those three. I look at this guy.
I just say stuff with confidence. Yeah, Nolan. Yeah. Just kidding.
Those three, I don't think they could top them, dude.
What?
Those three Batmans he made. What is it? The Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, and then the last one with Bane. Those ones are so good.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some good Batman movies.
I wasn't really drawn into Bane that much, but I liked the movie.
That
was okay. They should have made him more like. I get it was realistic, but I would like seeing like the jacked Bane when he's just like.
Dude, that homie is jacked.
He's alright.
Tom Hardy, bro.
Yeah, Tom Hardy is a good actor.
Have you seen Legend with Tom Hardy? Where he plays like the twins.
I haven't.
That movie's sick. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix.
Legend.
Watch that, dude.
Okay.
That movie's sick. So there's this one part where I feel like we're quoting a lot of shit, but who cares, dude?
Yeah.
Watch Legend on Netflix.
Obviously with Nate.
Check out my podcast.
How can they get it, Nate?
You can get it on Spotify, iTunes, all that shit.
So just look up obviously with Nate.
Obviously with Nate. Yeah. Follow the podcast on Twitter. Obviously W Nate. Instagram. Obviously with Nate.
Check it out, guys.
Boom.
Check it out. If you guys want some stickers, hit up my boy. Let's go.
But before we end, I want to ask you, how's your skiing season going? I saw you hitting some rails. Going gnarly.
Bro, real quick. It's in that movie Legend. Bro, there's this part.
So actually, can we go back to Joaquin Phoenix?
Dude, like, so they're brothers, right? They're twin brothers, and so they're like these gangsters and shit. So they go into this bar where these guys are like wanting to meet with them because they want to have a fight. And so like, he goes in there and he's like, you know, you don't have any guns or something like that, or he's all, you brought guns? He's like, oh no, yeah, that's what he's like. You didn't bring any guns. He's like, why are you standing there with you know, he has something like a bat in his hand. He's all, I came here for a proper shootout, and you didn't give me a proper shootout. And so then he like fucking starts taking off all his shit, bro. And then he's all, if it's a fight you won't, you know, then whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he's all, it's a fight you're gonna, you know, whatever he says. And so they both start taking their shit off, dude. And then the one Tom Hardy puts on like brass knuckles, and then the other dude just fucking like, I don't remember, he grabs something and he goes outside and comes in the other door. And then so like, then there's just a big group of dudes, and there's one dude on this side and one dude on this side, and then he breaks out the brass knuckles, dude. And he just starts beating the shit out of everyone, and then the other guys from the other side with his bat.
That's some savage.
It sounds like a cool fight scene.
It was
so
sick.
He's twins, but it's not an identical twin. Is that what?
They're identical twins, but one of them has like a disability or some shit.
So it's not like two Tom Hardys.
It is two Tom Hardys. Yeah, it's like CGI and everything.
Whoa.
Like Gemini Man.
Yeah. But to get back to the question, bro. Skiing was good, man.
You're the only skier I approve of.
Yeah. Sick, dude.
I've seen you. You get it.
Right on, bro. Right on.
Just because I know you're chill, most skiers have a stick up there. You know what?
Yeah, bro.
They
have a ski pole,
yeah.
bro. Ski pole.
That's it. I'm like, you're missing one pole. Where's it at? Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, dude.
So you had a good season?
Yeah, man. I got fired near
From
the
where?
end of the season from where I was working at.
Colorado?
Out there in Snowshoe.
Okay.
In West Virginia.
Oh shit.
So.
For what? What were you doing? Harassing people?
Dude, no. I guess I got a complaint on one of my lessons. I teach kids mostly, and the parents weren't, super happy with the way I was teaching the lesson, I guess. They said I was being too harsh with their kids. So, I'm pretty tough, dude. Pretty tough when it comes to, like, these kids crying and shit. Like, I really just don't put up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm like, you're being a bitch, dude. So, like, most of the time, dude, it's like,
listen up to me.
like these kids, bro, they'll be like,
Get on your feet, yo.
they'll just cry, like, oh, my mom. And it's like, your mom ain't here, bro.
You got me
Yeah,
instead.
You're in
like,
my world now.
It's like your parents gave you to me, dude. Like, we're doing this.
I'm your daddy.
We're skiing, dude. And I think that they probably saw a couple times where like, usually what I'll do, bro, is when the kid falls, sometimes you can teach kids how to get up, and they get it, and other times they just don't get it. And so you have to pick those kids up, you know?
Right.
If they can't figure it out, they'll figure it out eventually. So there's some kids you just have to fucking pick up. And these kids were noobs, so, like, they didn't know, so I had to pick them up. So I think this is what they were really pissed off about. I don't know, because I didn't get to speak with them. I just talked to my supervisors after the fact. But I think what they were upset about was when these kids fall down, I pick them up, and then they just like stand there limp, bro, like a noodle, and they won't stand up, and they'll lean on you. So, like, let's say I'm like holding them back here, and they'll like lean on my arm, and I'll be like, all right, bro, use your legs, stand up. And they're like, I can't do it. I'm like, yes, you can, bro, stand up. And they don't do it, then I drop them, dude. So, like,
that's the best way to learn.
That's the best way to learn, dude. They fall, and they don't ever do it again, dude. And you pick them up, all right, dude, use your legs, and they have it. It always works.
No
dude.
one likes falling.
They don't like falling, dude. So I think that they probably and like I had 7 kids, bro. So, like, 7 kids in the lesson, and one kid falls down. It's like I got 6 other kids to worry about right now, dude. Like, you fell, sorry, you're gonna have to wait a minute, dude. You're gonna be sitting there for a second, right? So it's like I gotta pick them up when I have time. And it's like, and if they don't learn how to stand up, then I have to pick them up. And if they don't want to learn how to stand up, they're gonna fucking sit there, dude. Like, that's their issue. Like,
right.
That's really not my issue. I'm making sure that they're safe at this point, making sure that these other kids are getting a good experience. And I think what really fucked me over was I was just so fed up with the lesson. I was just, like, super impatient, and I was like, all right, man, we're going inside for lunch. And, like, everything was cool. Like, these kids were cool, and we went inside and to get lunch, and I just made it sure they made it into the Kids World building, and I just dipped. And so they were kind of just chilling there. My supervisor was like, what's going on, with these kids? And who's your teacher? Like, Nate. So it was like, I definitely was like negligent, by doing that. So I get it, dude. I get it 100%. And I'm not trying to say that it was unjustified. It was justified for them firing me, but it fucking sucks. It still fucking sucks. But my supervisor's like, man, maybe you shouldn't be a teacher. Maybe. And I'm like, I think you're right. I think you're fucking right.
Hey, at least you give it a try.
Yeah.
Dude,
teaching would be hard.
I really wanted to do it again this season because last season, I like fucked up a lot, and I'm like, man, I want to
try it here, dude.
Yeah.
You could pretty kill it here.
I mean, I could, but it's not worth it, dude. It's so much work. But if I live near a resort, I'm gonna always have my teaching certificate, so like I can get that money on the side.
You might have to teach me because I've been interested in trying skiing.
Oh, dude, I can teach you for like 15 minutes, dude. Especially if you already snowboard.
Yeah. I just need someone to just give me the basic.
Yeah.
You know.
Pizza. Hot dog.
Pizza, hot dog.
Pizza, French fries.
All right, guys, we just almost hit an hour. You guys ready to wrap this up? Do you have anything to plug?
No. Well, this is the plug, so.
I'm the plug. No, I'm just kidding. You got anything?
Good plug.
What's your podcast again? One more time.
Obviously, with Nate, subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, all that stuff. Follow the podcast on Twitter at obviously.wnate and at Instagram at obviously.with.nate.
Cool. Shout out to Brian Griego. I always mention you in every podcast. Mama Griego, my sister, you just broke your collarbone. I love you.
What?
Yes.
Oh, rip.
We'll talk to you soon. We love you guys. Thank you.
Milk.
We'll be back. Could be today, could be tomorrow. Woo woo!
Gentile.